Dark empath. A group of people who you may find pleasing at first sight but can get as dangerous as traditional dark traits such as narcissists. In addition to the dark traits, they also are bestowed with an ability to understand others' emotions. In short words, a golden expertise in emotional manipulation. They are interesting because these people are high in dark personality traits and revolutionary because they do have heights of empathy in them as well. Here are the 7 characteristic traits that dark empaths possess. Who knows, maybe you are one of them. 1. They are very social, in other words high extroverts. One of the main character traits of dark empaths is an open behavior. They are usually extroverts who have an abundance of social skills and hence, never tend to shy away from expressing their thoughts, views, or even their perspective of someone. They are not the type of people who can easily be pushed over. Instead, the presence of dark traits can make it the other way around. It is also noticed that instead of normal empathy as we have come to know of it, these people experience what is called cognitive empathy. They are able to understand someone's emotional state very well, but instead of connecting with them like normal empaths, they generally tend to exploit it. 2. Dark empaths enjoy power, but at their will. Most people enjoy and want power. What's different here? Sure. But at the same time, hunger for power is something that majorly dominates the key characteristic traits of traditional dark triads. They have a need for power and usually have a huge liking towards being the leader all the time. What sets dark empaths apart from the classic dark triads is the fact that even though dark empaths want power, they enjoy a rather participatory leadership. In other words, they do not want to follow others at any cost, but at the same time, they don't want to lead them all the time either. 3. They possess a little narcissism. How can that possibly be known without a little narcissism? It is one of the most well-known traits of dark empaths that they possess a dash of narcissism in them. Even the ones who don't, are pretty vulnerable to having it. It's either on the surface or hidden deep somewhere in them. They usually happen to get hurt easily, especially when they hear someone say something negative towards them. They also don't work well with rejections and no in general. They uphold their pride above everything else, may have a superiority complex, and may become ignorant at some times. Even though they don't have the amount of aggression that dark triads do, but they do demonstrate high indirect aggression. 4. Dark empaths are talented beings. As interesting as it may sound, not everything is negative about this personality type. On the very contrary, these people are found to have remarkable talents in certain aspects of life. They don't give up on their goal, and have the ability to make quick decisions, hence they are proven to be great leaders. They understand people well and therefore don't have difficulties in connecting with them. This does not in any ways mean they are perfect, because talent and perfection certainly are two different things. 5. They are great emotional manipulators. This is one of the points that actually define dark empaths. Emotional manipulation is one of their strongest upfronts. Dark empaths are dangerous begins, but not because they can physically harm you like psychopaths. But they are dangerous because they have the ability to understand others' emotions very well and then bend it according to their will and easiness. Empathy for dark empaths is clearly a means to an end. Now don't get me wrong, not every human is the same, and certainly not every dark empath is the same. As I have mentioned earlier, they can connect with people easily and will not necessarily harm anyone emotionally either, but they persuade people easily? Yes. And they use this ability for their personal ease. 6. Dark empaths are good at guilt-tripping people. This trait may also be considered the expansion of the previous point. Just like in the previous case where they use empathy to understand and then manipulate others' emotions, they do the same process for guilt-tripping people as well. It all comes down to the fact that empathy is instrumental for them. A personality trait that they use not for caring for others, showing love, or considering others' feelings, but to understand others' emotions so they can mold them accordingly. Due to the fact that classic dark triads lack in empathy, it is a little difficult for them to understand people's emotions, but on the other hand, it's a piece of cake for dark empaths. 7. They enjoy malicious humor. This is one of the classic traits of dark empaths. Did I mention dark empaths have a superiority complex? Yes, I did. Now to fuel that complex they of course require something, right? Malicious humor is just the miracle remedy for that. Now you must be thinking, what exactly is malicious humors? Keeping it short and simple, it is a form of humor where people make fun of or laugh at someone that they consider beneath them. It is the worst type of humor and obviously destructive in nature. This humor is often described as making hurtful jokes to put someone down just to uplift your own self or to get a feeling of superiority over them. A final thought. Dark empaths are neither from the classic dark triads nor empaths. They lie somewhere in the middle. Due to their possession of qualities or traits from both the negative side as well as the positive side of the personality spectrum, they usually have an upper hand over others. Not all dark empaths are more inclined towards the dark side, not all of them are manipulators or cause harm to others. This is exactly where a line is cut between dark empaths and classic dark triads.